Now this is gonna be a very fun video in my hand because I've never seen this video before in my life, and I saw this in my timeline saying I go to the University of Washington to prove it's a scam. I'm kind of curious to see what it talks about. This is featuring Charlie Kirk. So let's get to it.
I just want to talk to you about that book. It's a good segue.
Oh, did you read it?
No,
Okay.
but I want your thoughts, like
Okay.
just face to face. Why do you think college is a scam?
Okay. So, half of this audience, if you get a job, will get a job that doesn't require a college degree. 41% of kids that enter college will not graduate. And the vast majority of kids, 60 to 70% that go to college, I believe study things that are completely worthless, meaningless, and don't enrich society at all.
You know what? I actually agree with him on that one. I actually went to college for business, believe it or not, and I decided to just step back because honestly, I learned more about business without even having a college degree. It's crazy, but actually started studying business when I was 12 years old. And the first rule of business is never mix business with pleasure. But there's always a caveat to that word pleasure. It's not just about a woman. It's about greed.
But is that the fault of the student or the college? Because I looked in the stats for this. It's usually because they either don't have the finances to support themselves going to college, they have mental health problems that lead them to dropping out, or stress, or their family's not supporting them. So is that the fault of college that they pick bad degrees? Is that the fault of the college that they can't support themselves? Right? It's like getting a gym membership and then saying, well, I don't want to actually go work out. It's the fault of the gym.
So, a good question. So, first, the 41% of kids that drop out, the federal government will fully underwrite any four-year college through FAFSA. You know that, through a student loan. Meaning, so if anyone has financial difficulty, that's not really a thing. The federal government will fully grant you your loan to any four-year university, right? So you might not want to take on that student loan burden. You might not want to take that on, but that's number one. Number two, I can't speak to the mental health issues. I doubt that 41% of the kids that graduate in that number all have mental health issues, but maybe that's the case. I'm not sure. I don't know that number. But let's talk about the institution itself. So everyone in the audience here, how many of you have had to take classes that are a waste of time, that you wish you didn't have to take, that are a waste of money, and that every single hand goes up? Look around, look around, look around, no, look around.
Yep, I can actually admit that because there's there's a lot of people who usually take unnecessary classes, and I definitely can vouch for that. Like you're supposed to, when you're taking college courses, you're supposed to be focused on the course itself and the whatever else. As far as all the other stuff, the electives, it's not necessary, but they try to force it. They have to force it into you just to make money from it. And one of my biggest issues, what I see when it comes to college is a lot of these people were manipulated, especially women. At the vast majority, they got mostly manipulated, thinking their college degrees would help them, taking stupid freaking core, getting stupid degrees that don't even work out for them in the long run. Matter of fact, not only that, a lot of these college students don't have the social experience. Like they don't know how to network properly like I do. I managed to actually learn how to network with people like for 4.5, 5 years. It doesn't take that long. Like I don't think a lot of these people have the confidence, and more than likely it was peer pressure. I think a lot of these people were pushed to go to college. I think a lot of these people were pushed to go to college through peer pressure and also through their parents, mostly single parents households. Because if it was like a multifamily, like it was the both parents in the household, more than likely they actually would come out of pocket. Like if they had the money, they would come out of pocket. And I know a few people who actually came out of pocket who actually, put their kids through schools.
They're scamming every kid in this audience.
Especially when it comes to debt. Oh man, the student loan debt is insane.
They are forcing them to take classes that make them poorer, that take up their time in order to get the credential.
Yep, and the black people are dealing with that the most, but they don't notice that.
That is a institutional scam. And by the way, every other part of life is all about your own customization. Your Netflix account, how you get your burrito bowl, from how you dress. Your Amazon cart is you are in charge.
Yeah, and they spend most of the money on ramen and yeah, those bowls. It's just wow. I seen how many bowls they be taking. It's crazy. Oh man. Believe it or not, I'm not gonna lie, most of those colleges they treat it like a fucking sex house. Like seriously. It's an indoctrination camp. Most of those dudes who go there just want to smash. And most of those girls who want to go there want to get smashed. I hate to say it and I don't like it. I would never condone my kids going to college unless it's for a necessary reason.
But you come to college and they say you must go take these 3, 4, 5 classes that are very expensive.
You know something? And I am not gonna lie, I got a lot of freaking ideas that I could have brought to the table, especially for my son. Bruh, I'm telling you, I could have. This could have possibility. I have so many millionaire mindset ideas and like that I've been giving to people, and they don't want to listen.
Especially for you out-of-state students, to go further into debt, study things that don't matter, to find jobs that don't exist. That sounds like a scam.
At least in my personal experience, right? Like maybe some colleges, they're all like Nambian gender studies, right? They might all be that.
What the fuck is gender studies? Isn't that just biology? Whoever wants to take that class is dumb.
But I would say
What are you studying?
I'm studying economics.
Right, okay.
And what I would say is that I have a great levity and choices of classes I want to take. Even if like there's a bunch of general education classes, I have a great flexibility in the class I want to take. It's up to the student if they want to take meaningless classes given their credit limit.
Okay, but I mean, I would just speculate that this school still has specific criteria of classes, right? Am I correct? Yeah, you have to take a diversity class. That sounds like a scam.
A diversity class? You know something? Washington State happens to be the most diverse state as is by far. I see more vanilla and more Asian and more Indian women than anything. God damn, y'all are beautiful out here. I'm like, fuck. I don't even know why I'm not dating yet, but anyway, it needs to say, I'm just like, bruh, this is so diverse. And I actually want to have a family out here too. But my purpose comes first. It's just crazy. It's so diverse. Why do you need I fucking be taught diversity? Just matter of fact, I got a better idea. The easiest way to learn diversity is just networking. Simple as that.
Well,
They are robbing you to take a diversity class.
Yeah, and I did it for free.
it's actually not what you typically think. I think
I
there's
mean, I'm taking. Is it true? Do you guys have to take a diversity class?
no. This is true.
Oh, okay.
This is true.
All right, so that's a scam. Like, let's be clear. Diversity class scam.
Can you define what a scam is?
When you are getting ripped off of with your money, your time, your resources, either beyond what is a market rate or against your will. So I'll give you an example. If you guys want to fly to New York and Spirit Airlines says we're going to charge you $2,500 for a one-way ticket, I think we'd all could agree flying Spirit Airlines for $2,500 is a scam. Like, you know.
You know something? I'm not gonna lie. If anybody haven't heard about this, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Spirit Airlines no different from flying any other airline. Delta, yes, it's more luxurious a little bit when you pay the premium, but the amount I spend on Alaska, and I love Alaska Airlines. I always fly first class. They charge you like for stuff on Spirit. Like you literally getting the same amount you're literally spending the same amount on Spirit that you spending on Alaska. The difference is the tickets are cheaper. Seriously.
When you see it.
I mean, it depends on how you view the worth of college. Like, if the Federal Reserve for San Francisco released a newsletter discussing the actual finances behind is college actually worth it, and they found that by age 40, you recoup the average student recoups all their costs
If they graduate.
if if they graduate, and even accounting for that, other economists also state.
No, so that's an important study. If you take out the top 10%, that's not the case.
Yep, because let's put it like this. If you go ahead and get a degree in a certain skill, you have to make the amount of money you take out, you have to make double in order to pay back. Like you have to make at least more than double. Because if you make less than that, than what you take out, you are completely screwed. And most of the jobs as in tech field now is going to be in AI and other different types of companies. But women are going to suffer and have been suffering the most when it comes to the student loan debt. Thinking and they thought they were going to get forgiven by the government, which you have to realize this is my and other people taxpayer dollars.
So
Top 10% of what?
Top 10% of graduates and income earners. So the top 10% end up flourishing with a college degree. The other 90% do not. Do you know that there are 11 million job openings in this country that pay $75,000 a year, that require 6 weeks of training, that require muscular labor or using your hands?
Yup. You can make just as much money in the tech field as much as you can, just as well as you can make in trades. It's not that hard.
11
I was an electrician, I know.
million job openings. Now, a lot of you guys are in college because you've been pushed into college saying that you must get the piece of paper, when there are good paying jobs, 11 million of them, but either your society, your parents, or your own choices are, no, I want to go to college, I want to go after that piece of paper. My contention is that there are way better options out there for a lot of students. Not every student, but a lot of other students.
Charlie, I think a part of your core rhetoric, there's actually some real truth there that I think there's people are getting really just pressure to go to college even if they make poor choices. I'm just saying that even while you're in college, you can make better choices to make yourself a better
totally agree. Do you
the crazy part is, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Some of those people went to college just to get the money.
think most people do?
I know some that are making great choices.
Okay.
I know some that are making terrible choices.
So let's think about this. Why do you think, let's just say most make terrible choices? Would you say that's the case?
I'll give you 40 to 60.
Why do you think that is? Maybe because the institution incentivizes bad choices. It's easy to coast and still graduate.
Facts.
It's easy just to check the boxes, right?
Yup.
It's not an institution designed around excellence. It's around, let's get you through the mill as quickly as possible, get the piece of paper, pay your bill. Thank you very much.
But they say most black women are educated, right? Black women are most educated, right? Yeah, that's phenomenal. Yeah. I wish y'all the best because y'all just lied to yourselves.
But do you think that the culture around students going to college could change instead around their decision making?
I think we need way less kids going to college. The institution itself is so broken. Let's be clear. Forced diversity classes, DEI, all that stuff. It's nonsense. If it was really, college really should be closer to what Hillsdale College is, which is about wisdom, beauty, truth, goodness, not just about job preparedness. But that's
because it's pushed on emotions rather than logic. That's why they pushed everything based on emotions than logic. And guess what? Logic is actually a class that exists in college. I took it.
We've lost that completely. If it's about doctors, lawyers, engineers, and the skills, of course. But you know that. It's way beyond that. I mean, people going to, not to pick on you, but you're studying economics. That's terrific. That's a good reason to go to college. It's not the best reason, I'll be honest, but it's a good reason, right? I mean, economics is a serious discipline. It's a real science. We need people really rigorously studying that. So.
Okay,
we just have a difference of opinion.
I just want to ask you a question.
Sure.
So what would you do, if you're a policymaker?
I would defund all the colleges in the country. Make them stand on their own 2 feet.
I actually agree because there's a lot of colleges that honestly have enough funding to last long. And get this, I do remember that I heard that Trump decided to fund HBCUs, if I'm not mistaken, 500 million. I don't even think they should have gotten that money because these are low-level colleges that are not doing well, that are also mismanaging money at the same time. Some of these colleges shouldn't even exist as of right now. So I honestly, they have to minimize the colleges. They really, because there are way too many that exist. And I honestly believe, from what I'm hearing, it is a complete scam.
With either tuition or donor money.
And she actually agrees. She actually agreed. That chick, right? She understands.
Taxpayers should not be subsidizing higher education, period.
Facts.
Survive on your own.
That's a fact.
All right.
Thank you.
You said that economics was not the best thing to study in your opinion. Like,
correct.
when I put my hand up, the question I wanted to ask was like, what do you actually think the best thing to study is?
Well,
the best
I mean,
reason to come to college.
Again, if you're going to a super left-wing college and you're trying to just get the piece of paper and credential, I mean, you should go at what the college is. If it's known for, if it's best at. And so I don't know what UW is known for or what it's best at, but I mean, computer science, right? I would imagine the Paul Allen School. Is that right? Or am I correct? This is up top of my head. Is that right? It's right here, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, those fields in particular. But sociology or the life sciences or soft social sciences typically do not have as much of an ROI on the time or the money spent.
And so,
I mean, you could learn most of the stuff in high school. Biology, sociology. I mean, it's not that hard. Like, I learned biology in high school. I mean, around my time, they took away home ec. I wish they bring, home ec back in high school. That'll be a lot easier. But honestly, in my opinion, they had shop classes. So I honestly think they should put more effort into actually, something. I wanted to say this in another video, but I'm gonna say this now. Before these people even think about going to colleges, I think they really should separate men from women, like the boys from the girls in schools. That way, boys will be able to focus and girls be able to focus as well. They have particular courses for girls, particular segments and subjects for girls. They have particular courses and subjects for boys. That way, a lot of these boys wouldn't have to worry about causing violence, wouldn't have to worry about fighting over girls, and actually have the time to focus on how to become men when they grow up. Kids should be kids, that is the fact, but they also should have ability to learn how to be more responsible as far as schools. I mean, that's what I would do if I was in a position of in the politics. Well, I'm not really saying politics, but in a position, like as a mayor or governor.
so
Economics is in the middle ground there.
And so you said that you would defund colleges, state colleges on a national level.
Yes.
And so basically that would mean that there are no subsidies going out to students, like in-state students or anything like that.
I mean, you don't get to determine what the states do, but yes, federally, all federal grants should end completely. Yes.
Bingo.
Okay. Make these institutions survive on their own. If they're so wonderful and they're so great, then make it work.
I mean, more money in the taxpayers' pockets, right? We don't have to worry about issuing all of that taxpayer dollars, right? I mean, think about it. If you really want more money in your pockets, you definitely need to defund some of these stupid stuff. Like, seriously,
make your numbers work.
And so then, what is the difference between a state college and a privately owned college?
Well, so UW gets subsidized in-state tuition here, right?
Yeah.
So if you go to
that's why I'm paying only.
No.
If I'm correct, private colleges is funded by parents more than likely, and state colleges is funded by the government.
Oh, for
10,
sure.
12,000
No,
a year,
for sure.
right.
But you're paying it back in taxes. Let's be clear, right? So taxes make that possible, and your parents or you paid that in for 18
That's
years,
fine, yeah.
so you get that back. But a private school, I don't know, is there University of Seattle? Is that a thing? Or
Yes.
I mean, okay, which I'm guessing is private.
Seattle U, yeah.
Okay, that they do not get money from Olympia to subsidize the tuition. So they have to stand on their own 2 feet.
Right.
I was
So they have
correct.
higher tuition,
Yeah.
and they have to justify to donors how they're doing every single year.
Yeah.
But they still might get some federal money. Does that make sense?
Yes. And you're saying this on the grounds of required like diversity credits and
No, I just
things
think,
like that?
I mean, look around. Has college enriched our society? The young people are the most depressed. They're the most anxious, the most alcohol addicted, drug addicted, least married, most angry generation
Is
in
that
American
all?
history.
Is that
Yeah, because they should not be learning all this stuff at their age. They learned all this stuff too young. Parents pushed all this stuff on them at the very young age instead of allowing these kids to be kids. Kids should be kids. They should not be adults. They should not be adults at a young age. Kids shouldn't even be having cell phones at a very young age. Kids shouldn't, I forgot, what is they call the tablet kids? You know, when they put the tablets, they give these kids tablets and, you know, they go about their day. Like, they learn too much at a young age. And they should not be doing this. They should be kids at the end of the day. I mean, you can teach them things as they get older, but at the same time, they are still allowed to just be kids. Teach them the rules, teach them the laws in the household. You shouldn't be putting them on in front of a tablet. Be productive with them. Teach them. You know, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they should not depart, meaning they should not forget the teachings that we have, you know, we teach them as they have gotten older. It's just so simple. I don't understand. They got so indoctrinated believing that it's okay to be a different gender rather than just being who they are supposed to be. Like, this is why biology exists, and keep people are combating biology like it's not the truth.
all due
Hold
to
on.
college?
Where does it come from, though? I mean, they're the most college-educated, most credentialed generation in history. Where do these ideas come from?
I would argue that they come from the fact that
No foundation, no solid foundation, no two-parent household. That's where most of the issues come from.
there are too many people and not enough jobs, and to
I like that flag back there. You know, Luffy. Shout out to the One Piece.
stand out of the crowd, to stand out of the masses, you need to get yourself some credentials.
I
so
totally
that you
agree.
can-
So you want to stand out? Don't go to college.
Bam! Bingo! And she's agreeing too. That's what, bruh. They got people with some common sense in there.
Then you're not going to get hired.
Worked for me.
Not
Good
really.
for you.
Not really. If you come, let me put it like this, and I'm telling you from the jump. I bust my ass off like 12 to 16 hours per day doing this and doing my 9 to 5. When I put myself in the position, I put myself in the position for a reason. I come with a resume, I come with my confidence, and I come with my charisma. I also come with a solid outfit to wear. When I'm talking to people, I talk to people like I know them. I talk to people like I actually understand them, because I basically do at a certain point, but I know how to communicate with people directly and with no bullshit. Like, a lot of these people don't have the social experiences like I do. Back in the day, it wasn't that hard, and even today, it's not that hard. They are making it seem so hard because they have the cell phone. They focus too much on this in the video games instead of just focusing on actually networking with people. It's not that damn hard. You can go to get any kind of job you want and any skill you want, and you can learn it within freaking weeks. It doesn't take that much. Like, seriously, a guy learned. You know what? I spoke with a police officer earlier today, and he asked me, and I drive a big fucking truck. He asked me, how am I managed to drive this truck? And I told him the truth. And the truth is, if you are from Louisiana and you're able to drive down narrow streets with may I mind you, 2 freaking canals on each side, like 2 canals on each side of water, without making it without making a truck tip over, you could get through anything. I could get through freaking like marsh areas. I could get through anything in a big ass truck. I'm a fucking solid driver. And the fact of the matter is, it left them speechless. And shout out to that police officer because, like I say, I network with people very well. It's not that hard. You have to have the skill. You have to have the mindset. You have to have the confidence, the charisma. You have to have put in the work. If you are not willing to put in the work, then why the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing? It's basically a you problem.
Start your own business. By the way, that's not true. Half of employers no longer require a college degree requirement.
Well, okay, I'm talking about more specialized jobs.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Fellas, pay attention to me right now. Women like this type of shit that I'm talking about. Trust me. Women like a man with good leadership. I'm just being straight the fuck up. I'm just being straight up to my fellas. Women want a man who know how to take control. They want a man who know how to take control. Let me tell you something. They want to be inspired by you. As a man who puts in the fucking work, they want to be inspired by you. You are supposed to be their inspiration. So keep that in mind. I'm just telling you the facts.
As far as trades go, okay, that makes sense.
11 million job openings for trades.
Yeah, you're using your muscles to get your daily wage.
Well,
right?
it's not just muscles though. Like for advanced engineering is not easy. That's not just picking up lumber and putting it on one side of the warehouse. That's very specific. Very, And by the way, you can learn to code in 8 weeks and earn $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't need to go to University of Washington.
The thing is though that you are not going to get hired over somebody that has graduated from UW
You'd be
with
surprised.
a computer science degree.
And what that man of mine says is going to make it hard for him. And this is what I'm talking about. You got that mindset of his is just going to prevent him from making it better in life. It's not going to last. It won't last for him with that just the way he's talking about it. Just like seriously. You got to change your mindset.
You've been sold a lie. You've been surprised. You'd be really surprised. Employers less and less likely actually want to hire kids from college because they work the least, they're the most entitled, and they're quickest to run to HR about problems and mispronouncing people.
Bingo.
You'd be surprised. No, it's true for like the big firms like Microsoft, Amazon, Starbucks. Like they obviously want you to have a college degree.
Yeah.
But mid-major companies, mid-level companies increasingly don't care.
And that's why you're going to be working at Starbucks and McDonald's.
They care about can you do the job? Like, do you have any sort of skill? Are you going to work really hard? Do you have good character?
That makes sense for like startups.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said.
And such.
Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
However,
and here's the thing. Just sorry to interrupt, but after like 5 years, nobody cares where you went to college. Just so we're clear. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
Yeah. All good. I mean,
we just have a disagreement here. My whole point is to try to push the boundaries of discussion to make you guys open your eyes and realize you guys are getting ripped off by the institution here, and that's it. So
yeah. So I do not believe that I'm getting ripped off because in my field it is very important, especially with how oversaturated it is right now. I'm studying CS, computer science. Yes.
You got to be kidding me, right? Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, but dude, I learned how to edit. I learned how to make thumbnails. I learned how to do so much stuff on the computer, and it didn't even take me that long to actually learn it. I learned Adobe within a week. I learned Adobe Premiere Pro, and I had it sitting there for just about a month before I actually put my hands on it because I was dealing with CapCut. I literally learned how to use Adobe within a week. It does not take that long. I literally learned how to learn pretty much a lot of different areas in this state within days. It does not take that long to do that. Computer science, dude, you can literally look on YouTube and they can teach you. They have so many different choices like to choose from, and people can give you so many ideas, but the whole point of those different ideas is to pivot from what they teach you so you can actually learn to become better. It's called improvement. And the fact of the matter is that you really need computer science to go to college for computer science. That is wild.
There's tons of jobs in computer, but I mean, there might not be though. I mean,
There aren't. That's the point.
AI
And so,
might take all your jobs away sometime soon.
stand
By the
out.
way,
Dude, I can learn computer science in about a month. It takes me. Matter of fact, I actually learned data analytics within 3 months. 3 months. I study spreadsheets.
to stand out, the whole point is that here and elsewhere around the country, we're doing a bunch of research on how computer scientists and like engineers in general are still going to be useful with the rise of AI. Elsewhere, you don't learn stuff like that. You learn the basics of programming. You've maybe heard about like the Harvard 8-week course, right? That you were probably talking about just a second ago.
one of many.
However, when you actually do take that course, you don't get a lot of the reasoning skills, a lot of the practical application skills, and a lot of the things that I'm learning every day in my classes. And so the fact that you can learn it in 8 weeks and get a job because you have the qualifications, it's true maybe, but in the market that we have right now, where the job market is super oversaturated, there are a ton of people getting computer science degrees.
Yep.
These employers, most of the like high level ones that are going to pay you a lot of money,
But have you ever heard of this word called networking? Yeah, I guess I guess it's just me.
are not looking for somebody who has the base level qualifications. They're looking for
No.
more than that. And one more thing is that to get these jobs coming straight out of college, even with a degree in computer science from UW, which UW is known for computer science, you are going to have years and years of internship and job experience in most cases. Otherwise, you're going to be doing the base level.
Fair enough.
Right?
So we just have a difference of a worldview. I say, why not graduate from high school, learn to code, and go beg for an internship and bypass the college thing completely?
Bingo.
You'd be amazed at how willing people are to help with that.
It's called networking.
Again, you guys have been largely sold a lie that you need to march through this place for 4 years and check the boxes and get the piece of paper, and it's been dangled in front of you. I'm here to tell you, and I'm only 10 years older than you, that the world doesn't really care you went to college. They care when you come out of college as your first job. Once you're in the door, it really is rather irrelevant. But we disagree. So
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I said it. I'm not wrong about what I said, and I just honestly thought that was just crazy to see what's happening, and like that's the first time I actually seen that video, and I think that video is wow, a year old. Didn't even know that. But that was actually a good video to watch. Maybe I should watch some more. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if y'all want me to leave it in the description, I'll just leave a link in the description down below as far as the video as well. But yeah, I think he's not wrong. Honestly, he's not wrong. But it was a great video though.